Medicine man is a traditional healer and spiritual leader among Native Americans. The main function of the medicine man was to drive out the evil spirits from the body of an ill individual. Help may also be sought for healing of the psyche or sometimes to promote harmony between human groups or between humans and nature. He had this power because it was obtained from the spirits themselves, and the medicine man was an agent who, through supernatural powers and special relationships with the gods, could accomplish the task of driving the demons from the body of a sick person. He was known as the bridge between the natural world and the spiritual world for the benefit of the community. One evil spirit many Indians fear is the Wendigo. A medicine man is usually called to rid someone of this spirit or cast protective spells against it. The Wendigo constantly hungers for human flesh, and no matter how much it eats, it always feels as if it's starving to death. When the Wendigo hunts, it stalks the victims for long periods of time. The chosen victim has a dreadful feeling of being followed, and eventually succumbs to insanity, running wildly into the forest where the Wendigo is waiting. There are many ways to assume the form of a Wendigo, the most common being a man to willingly engage in cannibalism. The power needed to heal and rid people of evil spirits is obtained from fasting, praying, torturing oneself, or disfiguration of the body. A medicine man might receive this power through a dream or by some nocturnal visit from a deceased friend or wild animal. In addition to this power, medicine men use various techniques to aid them. They would use hypnotism to put others under the obedience of their will. You are getting sleepy, making them susceptible to healing influences. They also had different costumes for various duties. The costume varied with the requirement of the occasion. They usually consisted of artistic decorations and were ornamented with various charms and amulets. Some were decorated with images of animals, which symbolized their helper spirits. Masks were also worn, different ones to drive out different evil spirits or demons. Rattles, a favorite object used by medicine men, were either made of a gourd or animal bladder, which beans or pebbles were placed inside to create a sound. Medicine bundles were used only by medicine men, containing articles of sacred nature, which by many were kept in a family altar and handed down through the generations. They contained something from the plant, animal, mineral, and technology kingdom. Peyote was also frequently used in many different ceremonies and rituals. The stem resembles a large turnip or beet with most of the plant below the ground and only the flowering top projecting. The effect of the drug is particular. It first produces excitement of the brain, expressing itself in contentment and friendly attitude towards the world in general. This is followed by scenes of great beauty and color effect, which pass through the mind under the influence of the drug. An overdose causes unpleasant scenes in which hideous monsters appear in distorted shapes.
Take a look inside the horror.
Medicine men interpret these visual hallucinations as ghosts from evil spirits sent as a warning. We see an example of a medicine man at work in Walt Disney's Pocahontas, released in 1995. Slender, elderly, with long gray hair and fairly tan skin, Kekata, the tribal medicine man, provides spiritual protection and guidance. He is an expected character portrayal. He is shown as a typical stereotype of the mystical, all-knowing Indian. Kekata is either warning the tribe of settlers or performing a healing ceremony.
These are not men like us, but strange beasts with bodies that shine like the sun, and weapons that spout fire and thunder. They prowl the earth like ravenous wolves, consuming everything in their path.
This scene shows their lack of knowledge about modern weapons that further shows their primitiveness and superiority of the white settlers. This is something that the audience would expect because many people's views on Native Americans is the same, seen as less superior and primitive when compared to white people. Many people also expect the elaborate ceremonies that Native Americans put on with fire, drums, and magical herbs to foretell the future. When in fact, the reality is Native American medicine men were some of the first to find cures for illnesses. Indians cured a deadly infection of the intestines with medicine they called ipecac, made from the roots of plants Cephalius epucanaha. Ipecac makes people vomit, thus expelling the poisons from the body. It is still used for this purpose today by poison clinics worldwide. Curiar, used on poison arrows by Native Americans in the Amazon, is used as a muscle relaxant in modern medicine. It was first used for the treatment of tetanus and later used to relax abdominal muscles for surgery. Medicine men were also the basis of the modern medicine practice known as naturopathic medicine. These doctors use herbal remedies for ailments before they implement drugs or invasive procedures. Overall, medicine men were tremendously important to the Native American tribes. They acted as more than just spiritual healers for the Native Americans. They also performed fulfilling duties as priest, prophet, and physician.
At last,